Hi guys, it's Sue again. Welcome to Tuesday Inspiration. This week I thought I would make with you some of these little pockets, postcard pockets. I don't know what they are. Anyway, I just attached them in with a paper clip into my journals and just have a little card that goes on the inside. I've just used some scraps of cardstock at the back, and it's very, very simple, not much to it at all. So basically, I have a real thing for postcards. I don't know, actually when I was younger, I had a postcard collection, and it's very sad because I have no idea whatever happened to it, to be quite honest. I had hundreds and hundreds of postcards from all over the world. My dad used to travel a lot. He was a motoring rider, and he would get postcards for me from all over Australia, and yeah, I'd get postcards, and whenever someone that I knew was going overseas, I'd ask them to buy me postcards, and yeah, I have absolutely no idea whatever happened to them. So, but ever since then, I've just had a real thing for postcards. So what I've got here is a very dirty stamp, and you should clean your stamps after you use them each time. Don't do what I do and don't clean them. So this is a darkroom door stamp. You can actually find these on my website, www.paperinspirations.com.au, if you are interested at all. I do post internationally as well. Beautiful, very versatile. I love this. So you can actually stamp this on fabric and stitch on it as well. So what I've done is I've just used some tracing paper, A4 70 GSM, and it's a Canson brand. So it just comes in a pad like that. So I've just torn out a couple of sheets and I've just randomly stamped the postcard stamp on there. So I've left the spaces because I want to cut around it so that I can actually sew. You can just glue, you don't have to sew. For those of you that follow me know that I pretty much, if it's sitting still for too long, it'll get sewn. I love sewing, so that's pretty much what I've done. So what I'm going to do is, after you've stamped them, I don't know, do you want to see me stamping? Oh, there's the packet. Once again, I'm still in a mess, huge mess. So this is the packet for this stamp. It's a frame stamp, darkroom door, and it is called Postcard. As I said, you can actually get it on my website. If I don't have any left, just drop me a message and I can order some in. It's not a problem. Okay, so all I've done to ink onto this tracing paper is I've used the Ranger archival ink in jet black. Once again, you could use any colour you like. I will just tear one piece out and just show you. So it's not real fine, but it's not a real heavy tracing paper either. So I have just, basically all I've done is just inked it up. Sorry if the camera's jumping around. Just inked it up and stamped it down. So just make sure that you put it on something where I can see what I'm doing. Just leave a little bit of area around it so that we can trim it out. If it's crooked, it doesn't matter because we are just going to cut it out. So normally for these larger stamps, I stand up to stamp them, and there you have it. And it's as easy as that. So you could use any color ink. So that's one of my, oops, sorry guys, it's one of my go-to stamps at the moment. So I'm just gonna, a good idea too is when you're stamping on tracing paper is just set it aside to dry for a little bit. It won't take long, or particularly here for us at the moment, it is stinking hot again. So that won't take long to dry at all. So we'll just get straight into making a couple of these As I said, they're really great to pop in just to pin in a journal. I'll just grab one. Here's one that I'm working on at the moment. You know, so just pop it on your page with the paper clip, put some trim on your paper clip, and just have it like that. Or you can even put it on this side and have that sticking out the side there a bit, so that you can just pull that out like that. Okay. So all I do is, I'm just going to get a darker one. Some of these I didn't ink up really well. So just trim these down. You can use your paper trimmer if you want to. I'm just going to use my scissors because my paper trimmer is buried under a pile of paper at the moment. Probably a little bit more than 1/4 inch. You could probably just do 1/4 inch actually. I'm doing just a little bit more than 1/4 inch around the edge. Totally up to you. As I said, you don't have to sew if you don't want to, just glue. The only thing with tracing paper, you can actually see a little bit of the glue through it. But then having said that, if you're gluing, you can probably just glue underneath this inked piece here so that the glue doesn't show through as much. Okay. So hopefully this will be just a very quick video today, because there's really not much to these at all, but they're a beautiful addition to your journals. Sorry guys, I'm just grabbing, I've got some Edith Holden pages here. So what I thought I might do for the back is use one of her pages, one of just her script pages. Sorry, I'm not thinking very well today. And I just want to cut it so that it's the same size as this piece here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tear that page there, and I'm going to very randomly, no measuring, I'm just going to very randomly cut. So that's approximately the size that I want. And then I will just trim it down. So I'm just going to hold that on top and trim it down. So I hope you're all doing really well. Have you been getting much crafting done? I'm still prepping for this pop-up shop. So every spare moment, basically, that I am awake, I am doing something. May even just be packaging product, but I am doing something, so, which is good, keeps me out of mischief. What you could even do, which probably would have made more sense, was just glue around, and I'm going to do that now. This little piece here I'll keep because I'll stamp on that. Is probably glue around and then actually stick that to the back piece. Now you only want to glue 3 sides though, because we're going to stitch 3 sides and we're going to have an opening. So it depends. We've done this one with it opening on the left, so this one I might have it so that it's opening on the right. So I will just add a little bit of glue. I hope the lighting's okay. It's really hot, stinking hot here, and I'm hoping that we're going to get some rain. It's come over quite dark, so hopefully it might make the grass green and not brown as it is now, and cool it down a bit. It's always a risk when it rains though, that it makes it steamier. So if this is any indication of the weather, what it's going to be like in summer, I'm not going to cope. We don't have air conditioning in this house that we've moved into. No air conditioning, no fans. There are a lot of windows and there is a nice breeze that comes through, but still it's hot. So hot. Okay. Just bear with me, guys. I'll be back in 2 ticks. I'm back. Sorry about that. The phone was ringing, so I just thought I'd try and grab it or turn it off. So, okay. So I've just glued that so that that's glued in place. And what I've also done is I've forgotten to actually do the little divot there. So you can see the little divot there so that you can get your thumb in there and pull the card out. That's okay. We can still manage to do that. So I'm just trimming this down. These are so easy and yet something just a little bit different, and you can do this with any sort of stamps that you've got. You don't necessarily have to have a postcard stamp. As I said, I'm just a little bit of a sucker for postcards, and I like to feature them in my journals. So what I'm going to do here though is try and get, probably should wait for the glue to dry, but because I'm impatient I'm not going to. Just trimming that down a bit. So I'm going to try and get in there and just put a divot. My hands, I've been dyeing, coffee dyeing paper and inking madly, so I've got ink, discoloured hands and fingernails. So how am I going to do this? So I'm just going to tip it this way because my punch is too big, and just try and get the centre as best I could and just punch, and then it's gone inside. Where'd it go? Oh no, there it is, it's come out now. So you can see there, I've just got a little divot so you can stick your thumb in there. And I'm just going to ink around the edges of this. And I will just lift that a little bit and ink around there. I'd say I make life difficult for myself, don't I? So possibly do this before you actually glue it to your backing card. It'll make your life so much easier. So that's, I mean, so you could just leave it like that if you like, but as I said, I love to sew, and nothing's safe if it sits for too long. I end up putting some stitches on it. So what we also want to do is make a card for the inside. So what I will do is just measure. So you want to make it smaller, obviously, so it goes in, and I've glued around the edges here. So I'm just going to measure it from just inside the edge of the postcard. So we're looking at 3 inches by 3 inches, say, by 4.5. So we need to cut something, some paper or something to go in there. Let me think, what have I got? Probably just a scrap of card, or if we've got a even a printable that's already printed out about that size. So I'm just having a look. You could even use Project Life cards if you've got Project Life cards laying around anywhere. Sorry guys, bear with me. I've got all these things here that I've printed out that I would like to use in some journals. So these are probably going to be too big. Love these. These are from the Graphics Ferry. I've joined the membership there, and these are just beautiful. So I'm actually going to use that, I think. So I'm going to cut that out. Where's my scissors? See, once again, a postcard. So I think that's probably a pretty good size. So I hope you're enjoying these Tuesday inspiration videos. Some of you are probably wondering why Tuesday, but Tuesday is where I work. The whole centre closes on a Tuesday. We're open every other day of the week, so I know that at least I won't be working on a Tuesday, so that enables me to actually do a video So that's why I've chosen to do it on a Tuesday and call it Tuesday Inspiration. So that's pretty good. So I'm just going to this. What I normally would do is I would back it with coffee dough paper, and you know what, I'm going to do that as well. I'm just going to ink, just get rid of, because I haven't trimmed right properly, and there's a few white edges showing there. So whenever you do that, don't stress, you can cover it up with ink. Ink is your friend, remember that. So I just need to find some coffee dough paper. Here's some. I did have some that was torn. So these, like, I mean, you can still put these in your journals that are crinkled and torn, it doesn't matter. But if they're too much, I tend to just pop them in a little folder to the side and use them as backing for cards, for, what do you call these? Journaling cards. So I quite like that stain there. So I'm going to glue this to this side. And then we're going to cut that out, and we will sew around that as well and add a bit of trim. And then also, while I'm at the sewing machine, I'll sew around the edge of the postcard pocket. So just going to trim around that. So this is just a nice way to add a little bit of hidden journaling throughout your journals. So it's a nice decorative piece to spruce up a page, and then enable yourself, or you know, if you're selling your journals or whatever, for the recipient to have a little bit of hidden journaling throughout as well. Okay, so just trimmed all that, and I'm just going to ink the back there as well. Just need a drink, guys, sorry, it's, as I said, it is so hot. It's so terribly hot, it's ridiculous. Okay, so I'll just pop that to the side. So what I might do is I might just shoot over to my, actually I'll just ink the back of that as well. I'm going to shoot over to my sewing machine and just sew around these very quickly. Sew around these very quickly, and I will be back with you just to show you how it's turned out. I'll be back very soon. Okay, I'm back. So I have very roughly sewn around those. I've sewn around this card, and once again I'm going to leave my tails hanging. So there's some, you know, nice space there to do some hidden journaling, and I've just done a zigzag, as you can see, around this as well. So once again, only on 3 sides obviously, because you want to make it a pocket. And you could even, if you wanted to, you could even make your pockets, which I have done so before as well. Print your printables onto your vellum or your tracing paper, and then just have them as your pockets, so you can get some nice images on there as well. I'm a stamp addict. I have so many stamps, so I like to try and use up my stamps as much as I possibly can. So what I was going to do there as well, wasn't I? I was going to add some sari silk. Okay, so I've got a little bit of sari silk here. So I just like to, before I sew it, I should have done this while I was at the sewing machine, just put a little bit of glue either side just to sort of stick it down and make it stay in place. So I'm just going to stick that down, and then I'm just going to quickly sew that edge. I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. We've got that sewn, and once again I'll leave the threads hanging. You know, I just like that really messy look. And some of that sorry, silk there, I'm just actually going to trim some of that back. Just so it doesn't cover up that too much of that beautiful rose image there. You can probably fray some of that. Big mess. Just need to pop it on something so that you guys can see it. My background's got such a mess happening there. So, and there you have your cute little vellum pocket. It's probably definitely been done before, I'm sure, with some vellum. I haven't seen it done, but I just love that postcard stamp. So and as I said, it's a nice little addition to your journals and gives you the opportunity for some hidden journaling. So very quick and easy video today, guys. Hope you're enjoying the Tuesday inspiration videos. If you did enjoy what you saw, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so if my videos interest you. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed, and I will be back again next Tuesday. Thanks, guys. See you later.